I'll start with Michael Steele. Is it okay to change your mind and hang out with Michael Moore?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, absolutely. No, Mike. Actually, Michael and I think we did a panel a few years ago with one of the other hosts. So, we've been in the room together. And, Michael and I will probably, after Joe Biden wins, go toe to toe on this show and others over some big policy issues. And you know what? That's okay. Because I'd rather have a tango with Michael over policy than over being an American. And so I think that this is the important part of this election for me. This is about our citizenship. It's about who we are. And a Michael Moore and a Michael Steele can actually come together around the principal idea of electing an American president.
Strongly put. Michael Moore, I want to turn to you. And this is something you've spoken about in 2016 when people didn't want to hear it. You spoke about it in the primaries. And now, of course, you're out backing Biden. And that is the way that Donald Trump, however much people don't like it, has at times appealed or lied his way into appealing to certain folks who might be populist or progressive or on the left. We do our job listening here. I want to play briefly for you. We talked just last night to some people who supported Sanders in the 2016 primary, then went to Trump, and now are turning back to Biden. Take a look.
His original idea of improving the economy just backfired. And he really hasn't done anything to improve it.
He turned out to be a salesman instead of a business leader. He kind of reminded me of my first husband. He doesn't listen, doesn't stop to ask for directions, and doesn't compromise.
Bernie's a little too socialist for me, but I'm definitely not interested in fascism, communism, or dictatorship.
Yeah. Michael Moore, two of those voters, Sarah and Kathleen, went from Sanders to Trump back to Biden. What do you see as important in the closing arguments on all of this now?
Well, first of all, it would have been so funny, Ari, had the teleprompter person mixed up the introductions here and introduced me as the former chair of the Republican Party. And I would have gone with it. I would have had your back, and nobody would have thought
I appreciate that.
No, and Michael Steele too, he thinks we're going to go toe to toe, but let's just be really honest about people like Michael Steele, Nicole Wallace, you go down a list of wonderful people. They're not, whatever the Republican Party was, that party's dead. And how much Trump has killed it, we'll see. But there's a very good chance they're the new Whigs. People like Michael and Nicole and others, though, Michael's here. I could just ask him right now. Do you think that women should be paid the same as men? Do you?
Yes.
Do you believe that climate change is real?
Yes.
Do you believe the minimum wage should be $7.25 an hour?
Look, let's put that in perspective. When I was a county chairman, I was calling for a $15 minimum wage. That was 1996.
I'm not here to throw any cold water on it. Wait, Michael, I'm going to jump in and then, although I love it when you ask questions, and then I'm going to let you finish.
I went from being the chair of the Republican Party to now the new host of the show. Or I should say co-host.
Co-host is fine. You stay with us. But because this is not just a love fest, and people know I do personally love Michael Steele. But as a journalist, I'm going to show the old days of Michael Steele, which include Drill Baby Drill, among other things, for context. Let's take a look.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Government should be limited so that it never becomes powerful enough to infringe on the rights of individuals. Taxes should be kept low. Promote oil and gas production at home. Drill, baby, drill, and drill now.
I don't know how to explain that other than is marijuana now legal in Maryland? That's the old Michael Steele. The new one is Michael Steele is really the majority of the country, because the majority of the country, forget about Democrat, Republican, the majority of the country does believe climate change is real, does believe women should be paid the same as men. We need a living wage. Go down the whole list. The majority of Americans support what is essentially now the Democratic Party platform.
I'm supposed to fit in a break. I did want to mention, since Michael was bringing in lyrics, both Michaels really, that, DJ Khaled and Drake, they say no new friends. The idea that once they achieve a level of success, they can't trust new people around them. That's in that business. But in politics in America, it's the opposite. We need to keep growing. So I'm really glad if we have some new friends here. I'm happy for it, Michael Moore.
I'm just saying, knowing that song as well as I do, that they were actually, I think, being self-critical when they're saying no new friends. But they were bemoaning the fact that as they got more famous and more popular and older, they were not making new friends. And that really is never a good thing. But yes, let's come back.
Do you have the same interpretation of that song?
I do, and to Michael's point, I think just to keep it in my period, Michael Jackson said it best: "We are the world."
Well, and Michael Moore may get the last word on this because, go ahead.
Stop. The love you take may be your own. So I'm just saying.
You're going back to that.
I'm just saying.
All right, I'm going to give one more to Michael Steele. I'm going to give one more just because this is the last time I'm going to see you guys maybe before the election. Michael Steele.
Hey, look, for me, this whole conversation can be summed up by James Brown. Get it on the good foot. Good God.
Woo!
Right.
There it is.
And the exit song for Donald Trump, will be Oobla dee, oobla da.
Oobla da.
Life goes on, brah.
Life goes
and
on,
so
bro.
long, Donald Trump.
We'll see. We'll see what the numbers say. Michael Moore, Michael Steele, together again. Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.